Maddie Ekholm from Sweden. Hailing from Great Britain, Liam Pitchford. From the United States, Caden Shu. Coming from Spain, Mark Duran. And in from Taiwan, Yuan-Yu. And now, for your home team, the Portland Paddlers. Here's head coach Frank Arias. Leading things off from the singles, Hampus, Nordberg. From Japan, Kotomi, Omoda. Coming from the United States, Kumar. Also from the United States, Wong. Joining us from Sweden, Lundquist. From the United States, Wei Shaw. And joining us from China, Hao Chang Wang. Ladies and gentlemen, please shake hands and let the games begin.
Oh my goodness, behind the back shot, it works!
That's it, we just want to win for our team.
My goodness!
Yeah, we're just as good as the men, or better.
It's a huge point for the Bay Area. Good chance that's the #1 highlight of the week.
And off we go on a Sunday afternoon in the Pacific Northwest. Beautiful Portland, Oregon, the site of the very first Major League Table Tennis weekend of Season 2. And the weekend concludes with a battle between the hometown Portland Paddlers and the 2-0 first place Florida Crocs. East versus West, green versus green. All unfolding here inside Viking Pavilion in the great city of Portland. Major League Table Tennis Season 2 underway with 4 teams this week. 4 teams will play next weekend in the Triangle of North Carolina. The Crocs can create some separation between them and the rest of the pack in the East, and the Paddlers assuredly will pass by the Bay Area Blasters, barring a total disaster. But Portland trying to finish their weekend with their second win of the season. Hi again, everybody. Evan Lepler alongside the Hall of Famer Sean O'Neill. Portland Paddlers thought they'd be 2-0 coming into this game, but they let a Golden Game lead against Princeton slip away last night. Meanwhile, the Florida Crocs, kind of like last year, Sean, have been hot at the start of the season, and they've been relying on the #1 pick in the draft, Liam Pitchford, to lead the way.
He's an amazing player. I know that Portland is trying to figure out what to do. Now, they do have a wild card. Kumar, last time he played Pitchford, he beat him, but they're not lined up in this match, so Portland's going to maybe hope to do that in the Golden Game.
They're not lined up in singles. They are lined up in doubles. And we'll see Pitchford and Shu in doubles. They had a good start to their doubles duo relationship yesterday, and Hampus Nordberg and Kumar played well together a couple nights ago. But we'll begin with, a guy that struggled to start the year, Daniel Gorak, against Hampus Nordberg, the first-round pick of the Paddlers, and he's really made an impression in week #1.
I am so impressed with Hampus Nordberg's his complete game, both his backhand and his forehand. A lot of power, but it's going to be interesting. Singles 3, Wong, the defender, against the shot maker Mark Duran of the Crocs.
And we passed right over the Ekholm-Omoda matchup in the second singles spot.
Game 1.
Ekholm, certainly the more experienced player, but Omoda has
0-0.
certainly been very, very solid as well. But we begin with this men's singles matchup. Daniel Gorak and Hampus Nordberg. Final match of the weekend here in Portland, getting underway. Oh, what a return by Nordberg. Pretty impressive
1-0.
deep serve by Gorak, but Nordberg was not caught off guard.
Once again, Nordberg having all the answers. Just great forehand block to the open court.
2-0.
Veteran from Poland, Daniel Gorak's on the board. Daniel just 1 in 5 in the 6 singles games he's played so far. Nordberg, on the other hand, 5 and 1 with shots like that.
That was a great deep push by Gorak. Nordberg just takes it off the bounce down the line. Caught Gorak flat-footed.
Let 1-3.
Nordberg exceptionally quick. That serve looked like it was going short. It went long, and you could see Nordberg just picked it up at the last second. Turned it into an offensive shot. Went for the same one, the quick backhand off the bounce.
A lot on the line today for both these teams. One thing we haven't mentioned this weekend yet, John, is that in the second MLTT season, overall, teams will have fewer matches because the interdivisional weekend has been eliminated in favor of 12 interdivisional weekends, of which each team will play 6. That means each team will have 18 regular season matches instead of 22. So, look, obviously it's week number 1. You don't want to talk about sense of urgency, but we started the very first broadcast we ever did a year ago today, talking about the reality that every point matters, every single game counts, and that was the constant undertone throughout the entire season. The final weekends for each division last year, playoff berths were coming down to very small margins, and you certainly expect that again.
Absolutely, and those small margins were so true, and it made a lot of teams start thinking about the early part of the season, which is where we are right now. Of course, you want to win and have to win the Golden Games, but getting those extra points to go up 11-4 or even 12-3, that's what can make a real big difference. And of course, we saw Portland have issues last night with the Revolution after a huge lead. They're going to have to get some W's on these initial singles matches to get that feeling out of, I see some signs, block the Croc in the spectator zone. It's like the Portland fans are ready with their placards.
There's some excellent artists here locally in Portland.
Known as the hometown of Simpsons Matt Groening, so it's got a road named after him, downtown Portland.
I consider it the hometown of Sean O'Neill, but that's just me.
Well, we're going to be going to your neck of the woods next weekend, so we'll be on your home turf.
Looking forward to it. I'll be here very soon.
And look at that backhand swing of Hampus Nordberg, just no hesitation. Just taking the full swing cross court. Gorak facing 5 game points.
6-10.
Hampus going for the big forehand down the line.
Game 1 to the Swede. 11-6. Nordberg certainly a favorite entering this match. And he played like it in game number 1.
Nordberg just continues to play strong offense, both on the forehand side and backhand side, getting his first attack on. Gorak forced to play defense, unable to keep the ball in play. Point for the Paddlers.
Time Game 2. Paddlers to serve.
You know who that guy's rooting for.
0.
Game 2 begins with Nordberg serving to Gorak.
Such a clean forehand drive on the third ball. Quality serve, nice and short. Slight pop-up, but look at Nordberg just really ripped that shot across his body to the open forehand. And then putting a lot of pressure on Gorak to play offense off the serve.
Not sure that's a recipe for success for Daniel.
Gorak generally plays really well off the tempo of the opponent, really redirecting it, creating some strong angles, but so far Hampus Nordberg. And there's a big swing by Gorak that catches the net. Hampus very eager to get his offense going when he plays. Doesn't sit back and wait for the opponent to open up. Takes every opportunity to make the first attack.
3-2.
John, I want to take you back to the draft when Christian Lilyrose had the 4th pick. And with that selection, he took this 37-year-old from Sweden, Hampus Nordberg, and I think in retrospect, we're like, oh, great pick. But at the time, I think you were a little surprised.
Yeah, definitely with the quality of players that were available, number of Chinese players that unfortunately the coaches hadn't seen. So it's tough to grab someone that sight unseen. And I know that the rationale with Coach Lilyrose was that Hampus is an exceptional doubles player, Swedish national doubles champion. So almost a 2-for-1 pick, knowing that the men would most likely be playing more doubles. And look at the return there by Hampus.
Incredible get.
Back court, keeping it in play. Looked like Gorak had the point in his pocket, but somehow Hampus puts a paddle on it. So Christian has been known to favor the Swedes. We saw Mr. McDonald in season 1, but of course the number of new players basically upgraded every position. 32 new players from the draft basically joined in. The 64 total players. No player's position was safe going into the draft for the season 1 players.
5-all midway through game 2.
That was a strong opening by Gorak. Kept it nice and low. Nordberg having to go for a risky shot that went into the net. And that's the most animated that we've seen Gorak so far this weekend. Body language, intensity, such a big part of the message you send to the opposition. This is the Gorak we saw in season 1. Just picking his spots, landing his forehand, usually after some control play, not necessarily going for broke on everything.
That's 4 straight for Daniel Gorak.
9-5.
And he's 2 points away from evening this singles matchup at 1 game apiece.
Nordberg needs to get some balls to land right now. He's overplaying it. And again, just going for the big shot.
That's playing into Gorak's hands.
Left. 10-5.
Wow. Said, let me have another swat at that one. Look at this backhand. Finishing rip off the serve.
7-10.
Interesting if this gets to 8 or 9. Will Coach Frank Arias go for a timeout and try to guarantee the 1-1 or risk a golden point?
Back.
Nearly a
7-10.
service error, but it found the table. It's a let. Nordberg serves again. Game point down. Gorak delivers.
7-11.
Great combination by Gorak, receiving the serve, getting his offense into play. Great ball position, solid offense. One to the backhand, followed by a strong play to the open court on the forehand side for the winner.
High.
But more often than not this weekend, we've seen players go up 2 games to none. This is
Game
just
3.
the
Crocs.
9th time in 26 matches where we've seen players split the first 2 games, but we got an intriguing rubber game right now. Gorak serving first. What changed in game 2?
1-0.
I think Gorak just got more offensive minded, went for more shots, especially on his serve. Starting the exact same way in game 3. There's the quality backhand opening, but that time Nordberg was able to counterattack successfully. Nordberg has been going for the shots, just Gorak has been placing the ball in very difficult locations for the counterattack.
1-2.
Gorak frustrated he missed that one, smacks the table.
See a nice side spin serve, then a quick drop shot. Ball still has a lot of spin when Nordberg is dropping it over the net. Oh, aggressive flip and then a quick off the bounce to couldn't be deeper. Nordberg motioning, sorry for the deep ball off the back edge. Oh, and Nordberg had lined that one up. You can see takes a very quick backswing with his wrist, getting ready to just rip that ball. Gorak's ball goes long. Nordberg with the 2-point advantage and the serve. They'll change ends at 5.
Oh, net and edge and a 5-2 lead on the change.
The double whammy. First the net ball, can play those, but then the back edge, almost impossible.
Timeout, Crocs. With Gorak down by 3.
More like secure on your opening in this area. And when you drop it short, you don't have to go like flip it every time. You can drop it against short. Yeah, but you can drop it against short and let him come in. He's low and late. You'll probably get it a high ball. You don't need to go like every time on a flip. Come on, let's go.
Go on. High. 5.
Yeah, you started.
5-2.
Gorak with the strong play on the serve return. Ouch. That is going to hurt. The battle of the backhands. Gorak takes that one.
4.
Not a bad serve considering the last one was a disaster.
Yeah.
Oh, another edge ball for Nordberg.
I mean, the paddlers this weekend,
Yeah.
anytime there's a net or an edge, if the paddlers are involved, odds are they're getting it. And you can just see this ball. Absolutely no chance for Gorak to return it. Yes, some great play by Hampus Nordberg, controlling the backhand and forehand attacks. It's one thing to be able to do that 1 or 2 times. He's doing it 3 and 4.
Missed the return. Gorak still alive here.
Fighting to bring it within 2.
Back to 4 though, and Nordberg closed it out right here on a serve.
Yeah, Hampus really measured this one. Looking at the time he takes to leap over the table, just waited for it to come out, so he wasn't early. VIP action going on.
So VIP actually being a crying baby in the VIP section. That parent or grandparent took the crying child away.
I think she's going to go to the players' lounge right now. Oh, look at Gorak over the table.
He just won both points on Nordberg's serve to get it within 2, and he's got 2 serves coming up here.
Look at this, just snapping it in.
If Gorak wins this point, we see a timeout from Christian.
I would suggest much. Oh my gosh, right now, Gorak.
Nordberg out last. Gorak there to create game point, match point.
Nordberg just withstood the pressure of Gorak from the backcourt. Kept that ball nice and low in play. 3 game points for the paddlers.
Gorak finally found the winning angle.
And boy, was that was so wide out to the forehand. Hampus doing everything he can to just keep the ball in play, but finally Gorak sends it into the barriers.
Play of the day nominee right there from Daniel Gorak. Lights off another game point.
He does it with the backhand. Both these players throwing caution to the wind.
Timeout Portland. Nordberg has a chance to win it on his serve. Let's hear what they have to say.
Serven him. Jag tror på halvlång serve faktiskt. Jag ska den eller den. Du smagar den har ju varit bättre. Ja, eller ska du köra den kort på den? Eller vill du ha den backkört? Ja. Den här är bättre tror jag halvlångt på den. Den vägen.
Sätta järnet under bara. Och så bara vänta, gå ut och vänta. Då kan han inte släppa hårt av det. Jag vet inte. Gå för det du tror på. Men jag tror de tre. Antingen Max under, lite skopet på eller lite kort på.
Okej, nu kommer vi.
Biggest takeaway there, Sean? Hampus Nordberg and Jens Lundquist are two pretty large men, and they both look small next to Christian.
Didn't look like Hampus was feeling good in that exchange of what clearly to do.
Oh, you're right. He looked uneasy, pacing back and forth. One more serve for Hampus, game point. 2 games to 1 for the Portland Paddlers. Hampus Nordberg narrowly takes down Gorak in game 3, 11-9.
Hampus gets the backhand loop going. Gorak out to the backhand. Nice follow through for the point winner.
Well, Hampus Nordberg joins us now. Hampus, another day, another win, another interview. Congratulations. There were some uneasy moments during that match, but in the end, you got it done. What was the key to victory in your mind?
Yeah, really, it was a difficult game. It was really tactical, so it was all about that. In the beginning, it was more of a rally game, and that fits me quite well because I felt I was stronger than him in that kind of game, but in the end it was only tactical and it was a big fight mentally.
No, it definitely seemed like both of you had some streaky play where either your balls were missing or his balls were missing. During that timeout, what was the key element that the coaches and Jens mentioned to you?
You mean our timeout?
Yes.
It was only about how to serve and how to react to his receive. Yeah, and it worked out fine.
Hampus, you, as much as anyone on your team, has seemed to enjoy these fans, to try to hype them up. What has it been like playing in front of these fans and trying to use their energy to help you win?
Yeah, it's amazing. I love to play when it's heated games, both at the table and in the crowd. So I enjoy it so much when they are behind us. So I hope they can help us to win today.
It won't always be like this, you know. When you go to Chicago and you play against Chicago, it'll be a little different. But enjoy this while it lasts. Well done again. We'll see you in the doubles with Nikhil here shortly.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Hampus Nordberg takes game 1 and game 3 against Daniel Gorak. Ekholm and Omoda. One has a chance to razzle and dazzle in various ways.
Absolutely. I think that the slight edge will be to the paddlers Omoda just because of her speed and tempo, but the experience is definitely on Ekholm's side. Swedish Olympian, lefty, really strong third ball attack, especially with her backhand side.
Matilda Ekholm started playing table tennis when she was 7 years old in 1989. Kotomi Omoda was born in April of 2004, 15 years later. Matilda's now 42. Kotomi Omoda is a young 20.
There you can see kind of the slow offensive topspins of Ekholm. She'll play the ball below the table surface, often with a lot of side spin. It's very difficult to attack.
I've been really impressed with Kotomi Omoda all weekend long. Her variety of shot making, her energy, her poise, despite her youth, and it makes me wonder, Sean. You know, Rachel Sung seems to be another young, talented player coming into her own, just coming off her first Olympic appearance. The paddlers have two talented options in the female position.
Yeah, and the key word is options, where some of the other teams are fighting and getting some substitute players. So much better when you can choose between two great players like Rachel Sung and Kotomi Omoda. But right now, Matilda Ekholm with the lead, mixing it up well. You see that reverse pendulum serve, inside out. It's as if she was serving with her backhand, but she's doing it from the forehand side.
What about Ekholm's game do you think could give Omoda a moment of pause?
It's really the change of pace. Matilda plays with a lot of topspin at various heights. Sometimes she'll be driving it. Other times she'll just be keeping it like that. Slow loop there. That ball caught the edge on her side. Omoda's serves are tremendous. It's not just the amount of spin, but the motion she does afterwards. It's very difficult to pick up the side spins, top spins, and underspins balls. And then quickly, her first attack is so quick. And there's the spin variation that Ekholm can give with the top spin. You can see that ball hit the edge of Omoda's racket.
Sailed out of the area of play into the owner's box.
When Ekholm gets back about 6 to 8 feet, she's just as comfortable as if she was up on the table. Gives her a little bit more time.
6-5.
6-5 for Ekholm. Omoda changing the pace, but Ekholm was ready for it. 7-5 to the Crocs.
This is probably the toughest style for Ekholm to play against. Somebody who plays up at the table very fast and very wide angles, especially to the forehand side. Strong backhand by Ekholm into the body.
5-8. Timeout.
Timeout, paddlers. Christian Lily-Rose wants to have a chat with his young Japanese player Kotomi Omoda.
是他打非常慢，你不也慢，一样没这个喏。你的发球，你下发球，大发球，我没办法，他打了发球的放纵。OK， 这个 ，OK。
Christian Lily-Rose is a table tennis Rosetta Stone.
Okay, we need to make sure we say the same thing right now.
Yeah, there.
Are they saying the same thing?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what he's saying.
But you Swedish also, we don't know what you say. Well, we want to win, so we
Yeah, but I need to know what he said.
Come on.
Interesting
What did he say?
concept. Lily-Rose called the timeout. But the other players on the team calling the change of tactics that Omoda needs to do. Christian showing some frustration there, not knowing exactly what was said.
Understandable.
And this is what Ekholm wanted to have happen. A lot of disjointed points, get the rhythm out of the rally so that her side spin, top spin openings would require a lot of timing for Omoda. And look at the inside out serve right there.
10-5.
5 straight points.
Look at the level of confidence on Matilda's face, just getting the job done. Went for a very slow loop there.
6-10.
Snaps the 5-0 run, but Omoda still game points down.
That would have gone right into the middle of the table had it landed. And that's Omoda's favorite angle. Center the table with her forehand, out, inside out.
Omoda has scored 3 straight to put the pressure on Ekholm here with a couple of serves.
Beautiful over the table, backhand down the line.
Into the net, and a huge fist pump from Ekholm.
This is the most animated Ekholm has been. Continuing where she left off, saving match points from yesterday. Ekholm, heavy topspin, mixing it up to the middle, getting the point directly, and the celebration.
Time. Game 2, Crocs, serve. 0-0.
Game 2 of this second singles match. The two teams tied at 2 points apiece. Ekholm, after an emotional Game 1 win, serves first, and this is wide. Tom, what do you think that kind of outpouring of emotion after the Game 1 win for Ekholm meant?
I think it's going to keep her completely focused and motivated, and she knows if she's going to help the Crocs, she needs to take some 2- and 3-point game wins in the singles. We saw her in the Golden game. She really becomes a hero to deuce it up, saving 2 match points. But she's such a competitor. She wants more. She doesn't just want to be out there playing. She wants to be winning.
Is she trying to send a message after winning that game by kind of barking in Omoda's direction?
Absolutely. All players, consciously or subconsciously, when they do that self-pump up or congratulations on a point, know that the opponent can hear them. And boy, Ekholm went full force on the outburst afterwards.
As loud as she has ever been after winning a single game.
Well, we've seen her mostly play doubles.
Yeah, I don't mean a singles game. I mean any game.
Right,
singles
exactly.
Or doubles. We saw some positive energy from her and Daniel Gorak last year, but not like what we saw. Of course, it hasn't carried over here in Game 2. It's 4 straight for Omoda.
And Omoda, her natural forehand is right there. It's out to the wide forehand, which is clearly, oh, there's a service. And
service error, frustration building. Yellow card has been issued for that reaction to Ekholm. And it was 10-5 in Game 1. So this is now 9 of the last 10 points to Omoda, dating back to that point.
That's 7 in a row.
7-0.
In Game 2.
Ekholm does not want to pick up the red card at any point here. It could cost her team a point.
Oh, great counterattack by Ekholm.
Take the frustration out of the ball.
Exactly. She knew where that ball was going because that's exactly where Omoda loves to play her forehand, so she just moved over early, slapped it right back. And you can hear the cheer of Omoda. Ekholm realizes she's going for big shots because she's trailing big. And there's that slow, heavy topspin with just a little bit of side spin. If you get too much on top of the ball, it'll go down.
Whoa.
And Ekholm.
This is a vocal sparring match right now between the two players.
As I said, from the backcourt, a lot of players tend to want to over-hit the ball because they see their opponent so far back, they want to hit it past them. Ekholm very comfortable from the backcourt, just keeping balls in play. There again, wants that little side spin, and Ekholm's back in this game. Omoda shaking her hand after the point's over.
All of a sudden, it's a 2-point game. 6-0 at the first towel break. Omoda seemed completely in control.
And normally this is where you'd love to have a timeout in your pocket, but has already been played.
Nice hit by Ekholm. A loud roar from the 20-year-old Omoda. Excellent deep serve.
So smart by Omoda. Set up as if she was going to continue to play a short serve, but at the last second, sent it deep.
Ekholm stays alive. Omoda nearly caught the back edge with that defensive backhand. But that's a winner in more ways than one. Kotomi Omoda responds after a Game 1 loss. And for the second straight match here at the start of this Florida-Portland battle, we got a Game 3 rubber game on tap. Omoda and Ekholm, 1 game apiece.
Game 3. Peddler to serve. 0-0.
Ekholm claims the opening point in game number 3 on Omoda's serve.
And you can hear both players, one positively, one negatively. Ekholm not happy at all. Omoda doing a nice job dealing with those slower top spins.
Nice.
Really the slow topspin of Ekholm versus the quick off the bounce. Look at that inside out by Omoda. And you can just sense it after the point from Omoda, just really focused on every single element of this match. Totally pumping herself up.
Ekholm just kept on coming.
Ekholm realizes in these quick rallies, she's got to be aware of those shots out to her wide forehand.
Beautiful angle from Omoda. Took her time and smashed it where Ekholm had no chance.
Just really waited for that ball to come out. Ekholm made a great return to get this ball into play, but once again, out to the wide forehand. Omoda so good on the inside out. Strong service position by Ekholm into the forehand court, catching Omoda playing a backhand.
Great point from both players. Again, Ekholm relentless.
From the backcourt, just continuing to serve up some great top spins, getting her forehand into play. Ready for blocks to either corner, but finally, the 1-2 out to the forehand. Excellent play.
Omoda with a deep serve, left Ekholm laughing.
I think Ekholm was thinking, I'd normally make that shot as a winner. The fact that I couldn't put it away, not happy. Final game here, match number 2 with the ladies. Just a beautiful over-the-table forehand flip by Omoda.
Omoda won both points on her serve there. See if Ekholm can respond.
Ekholm taking advantage of the net ball, but placing it really well down the line to the backhand. Nice forehand play.
Omoda benefits from the miss hit.
And you can hear it in her exultation after the point. Again, doing a great job of dealing with these very difficult, slower topspins.
Just when you think one player is taking control in this match, it swings back the other way in terms of the momentum. Confident looking cut taken there by Omoda.
And the thing was, off of the serve, Ekholm stood a little bit further back, expecting the deep serve. She was able to make the first attack. But Omoda continued with the beautiful counterattack into the body. And that was a costly error by the Swede. Ekholm did not get the ball that she wanted. Counterattacking that one is not easy.
Ekholm won the point, but letting everybody hear her frustration. She's down 2. Omoda has 2 serves, 1 game apiece. Ekholm within 1.
Going after that deep topspin serve.
I'm a little worried about what the winner of this match is going to do in terms of a celebration.
Both players fighting so hard for their respective teams.
Omoda that reaches game point first.
Can Ekholm save 2 match points like she did in the golden game and force a golden point here in singles, it would be justice to this match where both players have found the answer to the opponent's tactics.
Too good. Kotomi Omoda takes it 2-1. It was not exactly a warm handshake or high five between Omoda and Ekholm as they grabbed their towels and met near the assistant umpire. There was maybe a rivalry born there as Omoda gets the 2-1 win. 11-8 in game 3. So Kotomi Omoda goes through the first weekend of MLTT action, winning all 3 of her matches, all by the same score, 2-1. We're joined by Christian Lilyrose, the coach of the paddlers. Christian, when you took Kotomi in the 3rd round, is this basically what you expected, steadiness and energy from her?
Not really. It was a tough call in the 3rd round of the draft to pick the female. It really was. I had the choice actually of 2 good choppers, and I was looking for. I had only 1 chopper right with Wong, and I was thinking having 2 choppers too much. I wanted to have an offensive player. So she's surprising. Japanese women are always good. So I was hoping that she would be this good, but I'm really happy with that draft. So happy.
When you say Japanese women are always good, I mean, what do you mean by that from a table tennis perspective?
The thing is that the 2 strongest nations on the women's side is Japanese and Chinese, and the Japanese have a lot of good traditions with strong female players. They've been challenging Chinese in mixed doubles and even in women's singles. So there's a good culture of Japanese women that plays very well. So that's what I'm thinking. Like if I can get a Japanese woman, I have a pretty good shot at getting a good player.
And Christian, just watching Omoda play, it seems like her level of positive energy after each and every point is really helping to lift up the team.
Oh, absolutely. She's only 20 years old. She played on the Japanese junior national team. She's not on the national team right now, but it's kind of what we do in the pick. We want to pick the best players outside the national team, and she's right up there. And she has a fantastic attitude, and she's always, we call her Miss Smiley, and we also call her Serve Queen. So she has a lot of good qualities.
Quick thought on the doubles, Christian. Hampus and Ekholm getting ready to play for the 2nd time. What's the key in this match?
Yeah, it's of course playing against Pitchford is always tough. He's a very strong player. It's all about how anybody can control his game. But I think like Hampus and Ekholm is a strong team, lefty-righty, and I'm hoping for the best.
Thanks, Christian.
Thank you.
Caden Shu serves first for Florida. Pitchford's 3rd ball into the net, 1-0 Paddlers. Lay it out to me like I'm 5 years old, Sean. Why is having a righty and a lefty preferable to having 2 righties in a doubles match?
Because both players, when they're in ready position, they tend to be in their backhand corners, which really frees open the center of the table for a continuation of forehand-only play. For the other team, they want to play as many straight. Oh, look at that shot by Pitchford. How did he put his racket on it and also return it? Look at this wide angle, and somehow, oh my goodness. I mean, we're going to be in store for a lot of these shots throughout season 2. But back to the lefty-righty, how do you combat 2 players bringing their forehands into play from the center of the table? Play a lot of straight balls and go the opposite direction to get them to cross each other's footwork path. You can see where Ekholm and Hampus are standing. They're both in their backhand corners, ready for shots on the middle of the table, whereas on the far side, Caden Shu and Pitchford, they have to kind of play behind each other. And again, with Hampus's backhand, Kumar's forehand, they've got almost a triple threat there. Great 1-2 combination. Nice serve, and then quickly Hampus steps around. Pitchford has no idea where he's going with that attack.
We talked to Nikhil after he and Hampus won their doubles match a couple days ago, 2-1. And he basically said that he didn't feel like he had to go for very much because he trusted Hampus to kind of lead the way. And it almost freed him up to be a little bit more relaxed and, you know, not necessarily trying to be the leader, just don't make mistakes, be solid. And it was a recipe for success.
And I think with Hampus having such success in doubles, both in MLTT, but Swedish national doubles champion in one of the strongest countries in the world, he'll never force Nikhil to have to play a shot. He doesn't want to have to because of his placement. So he's always going to give Nikhil a chance to do something where he can make the shot or just keep it in play. And his offense, Hampus, especially on the backhand side, very strong. You see a shot down the line to Pitchford. And that time, Pitchford spins Kumar around. Back within 1 point.
Let's go.
Nikhil is an exceptional doubles player as well.
Come on.
Good game so far, 7 apiece.
Both teams very offensive minded.
Quick points.
With the backhand by Nordberg. The other thing, Evan, that the righty-lefty, while Nikhil's serving, these are his singles serves. He's not having to move over to the forehand side like a righty has to. So this is what he does in singles, which makes it much easier to play a higher quality point. Again, 1-2 combination by the paddlers. Very strong job. Good serve by Nikhil. Excellent shot by Nordberg, and then Nikhil finishing it off. And Nordberg having no difficulty dropping the serve. Pitchford forced to go for a little bit more than he wanted. 3 game points for the paddlers.
4 straight for Portland, in fact, to finish off game 1. After the team split the first 14 points, Hampus Nordberg and Nikhil Kumar took charge.
Nordberg just doing everything. Placement, backhands, looping the serve on the forehand. Very strong performance by the paddlers. Of course, the order will change in this game, so expect some differences, at least on the serve and serve return.
Time.
First game that Liam Pitchford and Caden Shu have lost playing together. They dominated Tae-Yoon Kim and Nishant Kabaka in the doubles match yesterday. Caden was inactive on Friday. He's been solid. Playing alongside Pitchford as they start game 2 receiving.
Look for Pitchford to be much more aggressive this game. He does want to let Nordberg get anything going. Great forehand loop off the bounce by Caden Shu. Excellent timing. And a quick 4-0 lead for the Crocs. Oh, Kumar had the ball on his paddle, just needed to take it down the line.
Wow.
You could hear that ball. Nordberg just loaded it up. Looped right through. There's a pop-up.
Pitchford and Shu in complete control here in game 2.
Controlling the short game. Kumar needs to make that forehand. Got 3 big swingers on the table. Kumar generally mixes it up a lot more. Change of pace.
Two straight for the paddlers.
Oh, excellent play by Pitchford going after the player who last hit the ball.
Right into the body.
Got to get out of the way of your partner. And Hampus showing he's got a nice short forehand flip as well.
That's the art of doubles that's easy to not appreciate if you don't really understand, but the subtle movements that these players make to get out of position and get in position for their shots.
And that's a much stronger backhand loop there by Kumar. And we've seen him going for the backhand. Sends a different message, different level and quality of point. And now the paddlers with a mini run to bring it back within 2. Boy, would they love to keep the idea of a sweep in this doubles match alive.
Paddlers leading 5-2 where it counts. And now they're back within 1 after trailing by more than half a dozen.
Nice combination with the drop shot by Kumar and Hampus Nordberg just taking Pitchford's opening attack and sending it right back past him.
Timeout, Florida.
Yeah, just get together in consonance. Like what are you expecting and what do you need from the serve? I think when you receive, you can push it long to Nikhil. Or like you've been doing, like dropping it short, like wide to his forehand. So he needs to get into the court and block the view, or long to his back. Come on, guys, come on, let's do it, come on, it's there, come on, we have it, come on, the water.
Well, the word Timothy Wong used to describe his first weekend of coaching Major League Table Tennis was stressful. And as a coach, you can make suggestions that you only have so much control. Trying to put your players in position to be successful. And how about this? The paddlers have come all the way back to tie this middle game up 8 points apiece.
And this is the definition of how you steal a game. You keep going for your shots. They finally start landing at the end of the game. Oh, one too many pushes. Nikhil reminding himself to focus. And then a serve that Pitchford just jumps on top of with the backhand. You can see the intensity on Pitchford after the point. He knew the Crocs needed that one. And Hampus with a forehand flip to the very back corner.
But the table got longer so that ball could land. 10 serving 9. Akil creates golden point.
Make a note of that last point. If Portland is able to get this game and possibly sweep, that was huge by Kumar. Slow topspin with heavy topspin. They need to get the serve into action.
First golden point of this team match. And Akil Kumar completes the comeback.
One huge backhand for Kumar. He does it down 10-9 and does another one on golden point. Look at this big backhand. No hesitation. Pitchford unable to get the center of the paddle on the ball as it hits the edge. The paddlers have a chance to sweep.
We're down 7-1 and win 11-10.
Great teamwork between Kumar and Nordberg. Nordberg doing such a nice job on the serve and serve return, setting up his partner and then driving home. So many forehands and backhands. But I really think it was the 10-9 point that Kumar made that backhand that made the difference in the comeback.
How will Liam Pitchford and Caden Shu respond to coughing up that second game?
The thing that I like, Evan, is that Kumar's continuing to be offensive. He didn't play just a safe ball thinking, okay, we've got the 2-0 lead, let me let them make mistakes. You can't do that against a team like Shu and Pitchford. You have to score points. Kumar picked up a ball off the net, kept the attack on the paddler side. Very nice job. Caden Shu needs to get closer to the table. It's not going to be effective that far back. Very strong start for the paddlers, the same order that we saw in game 1, that they won 11-7. They'll change at 5. Nordberg, both directions, so safe, both on the forehand and backhand side. Big point here for Portland if they can create a 5-1 lead before going to the opposite side and changing order. And Nordberg gets it done. Now, Evan, this could be the start of a very strong doubles partnership.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Like, it's early, but you see the seeds of a really dominant duo if they can play together more.
Exactly. Their styles match up so well, especially when Kumar is more offensive-minded versus just changing the spin or mixing it up.
Well, it's interesting because we know he has those offensive tools. We talked about letting Hampus do more of the work, but at the end of that second game, it was Kumar with some huge backhands. And the Pitchford-Shu duo busted right now. I mean, they were up 7-1, and it's completely swung around against them. Oh, another impressive shot there.
Hampus is so smooth on the serve return. He really gets a good read on the ball. When those balls come off the end, even if it's just a millimeter, he's taking full swings and placing it so well. And Caden Shu having a lot of difficulty getting anything going right now. Almost seems like every time he's touching the ball, he's having issues.
Paddlers on their way to an apparent sweep here in the doubles. 9-3 for Nordberg and Kumar here in game 3.
These attacks look so safe from the Paddlers. They're not taking big risks, but they're landing them with a lot of consistency. And now you can see Pitchford just forcing the action, trying to make a shot that really isn't there. And finally, Caden Shu lands a bomb of a forehand. But it's the little shots that have really made the difference this game in seizing the attacks.
That's it. Hampus, Nordberg, and Nikhil Kumar building something special for the Portland Paddlers. The trio sweep, and the Paddlers take a 7-2 lead in this final match of week 1 here in MLTT season 2. We are joined by Nikhil Kumar after the 3-0 sweep. Portland over Florida. Nikhil, let's talk about game 2.
Yep.
You got off to a pretty horrific start. What turned it around, and how'd you pull that win out?
I think we had a good start actually in the first game itself. I think maybe the change of matchup when we switched it in the second set took us a little while to adjust. But I think Hampus and I agreed, to play a little bit sharper, a little bit just more simpler, staying at the table and finding those right balls and being patient and waiting for the best chance for us to go for it then, So I think we found our game maybe more and more as we played more and more.
Nikhil, walk us through that 10-9 point where you made that backhand that was so critical. What was going through your mind?
Yeah, to be honest, I was pretty confident he was going to give me long to my backhand. I think throughout that set he was struggling to receive Hampus' serve. And I think if he wasn't sure, he was just going to send it long. So I was pretty confident waiting for that ball to attack it as fast as I could.
Nikhil, how much more comfortable are you now playing with Hampus compared to where you were a few days ago when you'd never played together before?
Yeah, to be honest, I think even the first day was a good start for us. Today, I think as we play more and more, we have a better understanding of each of our games. But I think as the season goes on, it's going to get even better and better. And Hampus is an amazing doubles partner, and so it's been great so far.
Congrats on the sweep, Nikhil. We'll see you in the Golden Game. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, if the first point is any indication, this could be a popcorn match, Sean, with Wong, the chopper, against Mark Duran, who's got a little bit of everything in his game.
Yeah, normally the person who's in the backcourt hitting two-handed backhands is Mark Duran. But clearly, with Wong being a defensive specialist, we're going to expect very long rallies. And that's an aggressive serve, sending Duran to the backcourt. Wong has a sneaky offense that he can pull out at any moment. There's that nice forehand drive. Excellent patient play by Duran. Just working the point, really choosing when he should be offensive and when he should drop shot the ball. Just has to be careful when Wong goes on the offense. He normally chooses balls that he can win the point directly. Right there. And Duran in the backcourt now doing his own. Chopping to win the point, turning the tables on the Paddlers.
Now, Wong probably doesn't play against too many guys that are chopping against him.
Especially that are offensive-minded in their normal game.
Mark Duran was so great here on Friday in his first match of the season. He swept Yevgen Preshepa. Some really clutch table tennis. Sherpa didn't play poorly by any stretch.
And then Duran played great in the golden game as well, taking some key points.
Yeah, he sure did. Won 5 out of the 8 against Koyo.
Not an easy thing to do by any stretch.
Florida's come from behind win over Princeton. Duran played Tao and Zhang of the Blasters in the singles match yesterday. Lost 2 games to 1. He lost the first 2 games, but then figured out a way to turn it around and finish strong.
What a drop shot by
there.
Duran. Went upwards to lift up the chop and turned it into a drop shot. How often does that happen? Wong in the backcourt. Duran just making the most of every point, not giving an inch. Oh.
Service error, and Duran's in front 7-2.
Now, Evan, looking at the score sheet, or the matchup sheet before we started, I definitely thought that Wei Wong, on paper, would have the advantage, but so far, Mark Duran is completely focused on every point. Very few unforced errors, if only 2.
8-2.
It's just amazing.
With Duran and Pitchford, there's a chance for Florida to get back in this, even though they're down 7-2 right now.
They could pull potentially a double sweep. The no-look forehand there by Duran. He'll wish he had that one back.
I think I speak for Frank Arias when I say let's take it 1 game at a time.
Exactly. 1 point at a time.
Talking about a double sweep in these next 2 singles matches, but good start for Duran. 10-3 now, and a slew of game points for the Spaniard.
Oh, there's the powerful counterattack by Wei Wong. Set it up nicely, got the soft opening, and just turned the corner and re-looped it. And you could see the frustration there. Wei Wong, Mark Duran, playing into the body on this final shot. Getting 1 more point for the Crocs.
Dominant of a game as we've seen from anyone today. Mark Duran steamrolling over Wei Wong in the opening game of this 3rd singles match. Big point for the Crocs.
Time. Game 2. 0-0. Oh. 0-1.
Wei Wong continuing to have difficulty with the counterattacks. Duran continuing to vary the amount of pace and spin when he's making these forehand loops.
Wow. Tough break for Wei Wong, but I was thinking during that point how masterfully Mark Duran is mixing things up to keep Wei Wong off balance.
I'm not sure if
the net ball was just another part of his arsenal.
Yeah. A little bit of karma for all the paddlers' opponents to kind of bring them back into equilibrium.
I'm out.
Wong's down 4-1 here in game 2. He's down 15-4 overall. And I'm pretty sure it was Portland that took the timeout.
Absolutely. I think 2 or 3 of them stood up at the same time, all wanting to slow down this game.
Algo más paciencia en las defensas, ¿no? O sea, le meto uno, luego ataque. Uno, dos, luego, más paciencia, ¿no?
A little more thinking.
Intentar, try more long serves. I think is good. Try long serve.
Won't be able to try his long serve yet because it's Duran's turn.
And we're going to keep that stat of how many times the player who calls the timeout wins the very next point.
Are you keeping that stat?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Go! 4-5.
Very uncharacteristically, the way Wong just missing what appear to be very easy returns. Net ball. Mark Duran once again signaling sorry for the unlucky break.
Crowd trying to get Wei Wong back into this match mentally.
Go!
But he looks
7-2.
just discouraged by what's happened here.
Yeah, flustered, and his bread and butter, just the chops aren't even working.
2-8.
But I'm going to give it credit to Mark Duran for just staying up at the table, not going for shots that aren't there, and showing his consistency and mettle.
We saw Christian Lilyrose put Wei Wong into the Golden Game in a match that he didn't play singles or doubles in Ji-Wei Shaw's place. With what's happening here, I wonder if Christian would dare do the opposite today and let Ji-Wei play the Golden Game.
Yeah, I would say that there has to be some consideration, especially there's a nice shot by Wei Wong, but if Portland does have the upper hand, maybe throw Omoda up into the earlier points of the Golden Game and wait and see. There's a potential player that Ji-Wei Shaw matches up better against than Wei Wong. Right now, it has been totally
one-way traffic.
Exactly.
Like a lot of the streets in downtown Portland. 11-3 in favor of Mark Duran. 22-7 overall in the first 2 games. And the Crocs, who are trailing 7-2, now it's 7-4. Still got Liam Pitchford to come. Crocs making a comeback here on a Sunday afternoon. Wong serves to start game 3. got a lead.
If it's any consolation for Wei Wong just to take this potentially third game, it would give Portland the lead going into the Golden Game.
Yeah, guarantee it, regardless of what happens in the Pitchford-Lundquist match, which is still to come.
It's these points right here, these first 3 or 4 points, Wong Wei's going to get his game going. You see Duran really mixing it up. Heavy loop and then taking pace off the ball for the following loop where he just rolls it on the table.
The other thing is Duran doesn't look bothered at all by the backspin chops that are coming at him.
Not one bit. That time, Wei Wong decided to take those soft rolls and step up and push them, put some power on it. Duran overran that ball. We're tied at 2. And once again, Wong gets the chance to go offensive and just loops it off the side of the table. That time it lands.
Would you agree that Wei Wong is having far more success when he's playing the point on his offensive terms instead of being more defensive and letting Mark dictate?
I think that's a good observation, Evan. When he's just chopping the ball, Duran has been so careful not to overplay it. That time went for a big swing, but
looking for the whole enchilada right there.
And that's the ball that Wong Wei wants to have happen. A heavy loop that he can really juice it up and then force another strong loop, which is not easy to duplicate.
They switch sides with Wong in front 5-3. A reminder that in season 1 of Major League Table Tennis for the entire year, 13 regular season weekends plus the championship weekend, if you went up 2-0, you had about a 60% chance to win game 3 based upon how the results turned out. So far this season, just one weekend, mind you, players that have gone up 2-0 have lost more than half of the ensuing game 3s.
Timeout.
Timeout, Florida. And the Portland fans don't like it, but I'm Frank Arias. I don't care what the Portland fans think. I think this is a good timeout.
Shows you that the Crocs are not conceding this third game.
Or should they?
Exactly. They wouldn't have a chance to get Pitchford out there to possibly keep that momentum going. Duran,
It's okay.
first game
Just
11-4,
keep calm,
second game 11-3.
keep working the points like you've been doing. That's it. Come on. Vamos, seguimos. Cuando estaba sacándole el lateral aquí, bien abierto.
Al revés saco siempre sin efecto.
Sin efecto, o sea, pero un poquito lateral, ahí, bien abierto, te estaba funcionando bien. Vamos, vamos.
I don't know about you, Sean, but from my perspective, I feel like Mark Duran's right in this game, down 6-3. I don't think Wei Wong has changed anything too much. I feel like Mark has missed a couple of shots, and that's the, instead of being 5-4 the other way, it's 6-3. Another miss, though, widens the gap.
Big chop by Wei Wong. Anytime you can make 2 strong chops in a row versus Duran just rolling the ball, taking all the spin off of it. Nice opening loop by Duran.
Two in a row for Duran. When he's pushed Wong back from the table, he has been in charge completely.
Well played, good positioning, wide out to the backhand, opening up the open court on the forehand, and just smashing it through. Will Wei Wong go for the offense off his off of his own serve or just stick in the traditional chopping game.
Could have called a time violation there. Umpires did not call it. Got the two-handed backhand in there, and Duran thought he was back in the point, but he catches the net.
What a shot from the backcourt by the Crocs. A great block, and here comes the backhand. Double-fisted. Duran wanted that point so badly.
He's got two serves coming up. He's down by 2.
Wong instantly going for the step around, mistiming it completely. And there's that slow rolling forehand that Duran has been doing the entire match. One heavy loop and then a soft lifting.
That was a tentative loop there. Off the net ball the other way. Oh, what a shot down the line, and we're tied 8-all.
What a comeback. That timeout paying for itself as Duran gets back into this game at 8 apiece. Wong looking very confused on what type of style he should be playing.
Another miss for the paddlers. 8-9. And Duran can see the finish line.
And these misses are off the edge of Wong's paddle. He's not even getting a good contact point. He's having issues just with the timing.
From the moment Duran handled the deep serve, he seized control of the point.
And you could just see him working it to the backhand side to the last second, playing it out to the forehand. Wei stuck in the backhand corner. Talk about mental toughness for Mark Duran.
Tremendous fortitude from Mark Duran, and the Florida Crocs get the sweep in the third singles. They were down 7-2. Now it's 7-5. Liam Pitchford has a chance to pull off that double sweep you were envisioning, Sean, and perhaps give the Crocs the lead heading into the Golden game.
Just so much credit for the mental toughness of Mark Duran, being so far down in game 3, the team calling a timeout and just continuing.
Liam Pitchford about to face Jens Lundquist for the first time, and we've got Mark Duran on headset. Mark, congratulations, really impressive. A stylistic contrast between you and Wei. How did you find your comfort zone in that match against his chopping style?
The key point is that we know each other. 15 years ago, we played together in Spain for 2 years, and like this, with a player like this, then it's more easy. If I could play, I don't know him, for sure the result was not like this. So this was the key, only this, really.
Did he play this exact same style 15 years ago?
Yeah, we play in the same team, we practice together once a week or like this. So I know how to keep him, that he cannot come with his forehand attacking, or when he was changing with the short pips, the spin or no spin. So it was just this the key.
It really seemed at that timeout. Were you feeling confident in the final game that you could still come back, or what were you thinking?
Yeah, I know that I can have chance, because I know in the start I was very lucky also during the match, but in the last set he was in the start a little bit lucky. So I know if I play very good with the tactic, close him deep in the backhand, don't make easy mistakes, I would have my chance.
Mark, speaking of backhands, how did you develop your two-handed backhand?
You know, my backhand is not a big thing. Mostly from behind, I cannot make even a topspin, so it was a chance to resolve this problem. So from this, I start to come.
It's fun to watch you battle out there. Congrats on a huge 3 games for your team. We'll see you in the Golden Game, Mark.
Okay, thank you.
0-0.
Frank Arias has to be pleased for his fellow Spanish speaker, Mark Duran. Liam Pitchford versus Jens Lundquist, 2 big dudes.
0-1.
2 guys that take the table with confidence, and probably 2 guys that expect to walk away from this table with a win, just the way they've carried themselves this week. No shortage of confidence from these 2 players.
And from a styles matchup, look for Lundquist. Bigger forehand than backhand. His backhand he tends to keep on the table, although he can put the ball away. It's mostly a forehand player, and you can see that last one there. Pitchford, more balanced attack, especially from the backhand side. Both these players will bring the heat, a lot of power, a lot of counterattacks. There's Lundquist's own backhand. Lundquist just needs 1 game to give the paddlers the lead going into the Golden Game, helping for the coach's pick, and there, Pitchford, a lot of his backhands do go down the line.
One thing I should catch myself on, Sean, I said to Mark Duran, we'll see you in the Golden Game. And of course we likely will, but there's of course no guarantee this year, because, you know, if Frank wanted to, he could mix it up and, you know, put a guy in Yuan-Yu who hasn't played in the match in the Golden Game. I don't expect that.
He could, but the way Mark Duran is playing.
Exactly. So I know we'll see Mark, but legally, you know, if Mark twisted his ankle on the practice courts right now, they could put someone else in there, and I mean, Mark might play through the twisted ankle anyway and still get the golden sweep. But it is an interesting wrinkle. I'll be honest, when I heard the rule, I didn't love it, because I'm like, why would a coach play someone who hasn't played in the match, who's cold? But we've seen it twice through the first 2 days. We saw Lachine play well in the Golden Game after not playing in the match.
There are style matchups. These are 3 quick games. Anything can happen. Yesterday, Kim against Pitchford up 1-0 and 8-3 before Liam was able to right his ship. And right now, Lundquist mixing it up. Nice deep serves, keeping Pitchford on his heels. Taking some risks.
8-5 lead for the big Swede over the #1 draft pick, Liam Pitchford. Game 1.
Lundquist would love to get into these forehand-to-forehand counterattacks from the backcourt. And then great positioning there. Lundquist keeping the ball, and the serve return so low into the middle. If Pitchford does have a weakness, I'd say it's the middle of the table, just because his wings are so strong. Oh, what a big forehand counterattack by Lundquist. Not only did he get his racket on the ball, but a very strong counterattack. Look at the follow-through over his head.
Pitchford snaps the extended string, but Lundquist still very much in control here.
4 points to go into the Golden Game with the lead.
Hit that one a smidge long. 2 straight for Pitchford.
Pitchford's backhand is so strong in the backhand-to-backhand exchange category.
Lundquist takes game 1 over Liam, 11-7. Lundquist perhaps still a little perturbed with the way his match against Jishan ended yesterday. A side ball that he thought hit the edge on Golden Point. sending a message here to start this match against the #1 pick. Jens has come to play.
Game 2, paddlers to serve.
These are two Olympians on the table now. Jens played for Sweden 2008 and 2012. Liam Pitchford, of course, represented GB this summer in Paris.
0-1.
So the difference when both players are forced to play both backhands and forehands from the backcourt, Pitchford just has an extra gear.
Pitchford winning both points on Lundquist's serve to start game 2. And a 3-0 lead for the Brit. Pitchford 31 years old. Lundquist at 45, the eldest player in the league. Jens certainly looks like he's got plenty of gas left in the tank. I mean, from a competitive, fiery standpoint and from a he got game standpoint.
Absolutely.
He's got it.
Pitchford's backhand just continues.
0-5.
Nets on the board here in game 2.
Yeah, nets the forehand and goes long. Both these players have such nice short serve returns. You see him just take the pace off the ball, giving the opponent nothing to work with, but a chance to counterattack on a soft opening. And that's nothing like a soft opening by Pitchford as he lands another strong backhand.
Both these guys made a strong first impression. Pitchford beat Jing-Chun Wong 11-2 in his first ever singles game. And Lundquist beat Tae-Yoon Kim 11-8, took 2 out of 3 from the Korean.
You can see in the battle of the forehands, the edge will go to the paddlers with Pitchford doing a much better job in that backhand-to-backhand exchange.
6-4.
Lundquist crawling back into this game.
An apology from Pitchford after his shot clipped the net. Got an 8-4 lead here in game 2. It certainly looks like we're going to be headed for a rubber game in this final singles match of the weekend here in Portland.
Just Pitchford again.
He's raised his level.
Yeah, and he's controlling the angle. First game, a little bit into the second, Lundquist was having no difficulty getting his forehand into play. Now, Pitchford's forcing the mismatch of backhand to backhands.
Nice save. Oh, yeah. Come on.
Service goes back to Lundquist, but he faces 4 game points. And we are even at 1 game apiece in this final singles match. 11-6 answer for Liam Pitchford after dropping game 1 11-7. The team tally, Portland 8, Florida 6. And of course, final sprint to 11 before we get to the final golden game of the first weekend of the new MLTT season. Liam Pitchford makes an early statement here in game 3.
Lands the forehand. Oh, and there's a service error.
1-1. Leg 1-1.
Lundquist did not like the looks of that last backhand attack he went for. Just overplayed it.
Sean, let me ask you a simple question that may not have a simple answer. What do you think is going to be the difference here in game 3?
Who's ever controlling the angle. If Pitchford can keep this backhand to backhand up, he'll have easy sailing. If Lundquist can get his forehand into play and out of the backhand corner, there's the forehand there.
Yeah, the tone and tenor of the point changed after he got out of the backhand rally, and this is why Sean O'Neill is the best in the business, folks.
I would just say, biggest fan in the business here. Definitely a nominee for point play of the day. Lundquist turning the tables on Pitchford. And look at this one here. Back-to-back great points.
It's no coincidence, both of them got to the forehand.
He just has to fight. You can just see the footwork and the body positioning of Lundquist doing everything he can, getting low on the ball, below table surface. Again, Pitchford so strong from the backhand side, not as effective off the table on the forehand. Lundquist 1 point away
from Florida taking its final timeout. So the Crocs will go into the golden game without a timeout. Arias wants to talk with Liam now.
Yeah. He hit that very French many times.
But ball is jumping like
He's expecting your back into the middle now. He's expecting it, so you can use the angles and parallel. Come on.
To move. I play one ball and I stop.
Okay. Just keep the follow up. Come on. Keep the follow up. Come on.
Kill that watch. Get back on touch.
Right. Yeah. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
This weekend could have been very different for Liam Pitchford. He was down 8-3 in the second game after dropping the first game in the Crocs match against the Bay Area Blasters, and Pitchford was struggling against Taeyoon Kim, but he closed that second game with a flourish, a 7-1 or an 8-1 run, and then took game 3 as well. He acknowledged that he was feeling the after effects of some jet lag, wasn't feeling his best.
Look at the
Lundquist
pulling a cat out of the hat with this backhand down the line. No one expected that one. Going for the weaker of his two sides for the winner. And now Pitchford going forehand to forehand himself.
Portland guaranteed to have the lead going into the Golden game. The question is, will they be up 1 or will they be up 3?
Seems like being up 1 would be better mathematically, as we've seen.
It's a small sample size, Sean. Don't overstate it.
And there's the forehand of Lundquist, matching the backhand of Pitchford off the serve. Talk about some serious shot making with these two players.
These are two proud guys that are used to winning. Lundquist up 7-4 here in game 3.
Pitchford taking the offensive end of this serve and serve return. Lundquist with the short serve. Pitchford quickly gets his forehand into play and follows up with a very strong backhand over the table.
Pitchford back within 1. Chance to tie it here on his serve.
Lundquist has to figure out how to get his forehand into play.
The forehand, but Liam was too good.
Got to go with the nominee for play of the day on this one. It ups the ante of what we saw previously. Lundquist thought he had the point where he wanted it, just unable to get on top of the ball, as we are all tied up at 7 apiece in game 3.
Liam has scored the last 4. Whoever wins this game, no matter who it is, going to have a fun celebration. I know that. Huge serve here for Jens. He's got to snap the skid right here. Nope. Pitchford, 5 in a row.
And he's getting his backhand into play, more importantly. Backhand to backhand with Jens Lundquist.
Everything working for Pitchford right now. He's scored 6 consecutive points. Jens just tossed his paddle in frustration. He caught it. Not going to get a card, but Pitchford on the brink. Jens with an exasperated, where has that been? Lundquist does have 2 serves here, trailing by 2 to try to force a golden point.
Question is, can he get his forehand in off the serve?
It's a constant question. Pitchford finds the backhand and wins the game, and how about that? Ask the crowd, what do you say now? Liam Pitchford, for the 2nd time this weekend, loses game 1 in a singles match and comes from behind to take it 2 games to 1. The Crocs were down 7-2, but they fought their way back and will be just a 1-point game as we head to the Golden game here in Portland. Second ever meeting between the Florida Crocs and the Portland Paddlers.
Coaches.
7 of the first 9 games to the Paddlers. 5 of the last 6 to the Crocs.
Coaches.
And the 6th and final Golden game of this first MLTT weekend of Season 2.
Coaches.
About to transpire. Let's see what Christian Lilly-Rose and Frank Arias have in store as they determine the order. Here's the commish, Flint Lane.
Okay. We've got the Portland Paddlers are leading 8-7. You'll be starting with a 1-point lead. Florida, since you're behind, you'll be making the first pick.
Liam Pitchford.
Liam Pitchford is your number 1.
Nikhil.
Nikhil Kumar is your 1 and your 2.
Hampus.
Hampus Nordberg is your 2. Need your pick.
Daniel Gorak.
Daniel Gorak is your 2. And your 3?
Matilda Ekholm.
Matilda Ekholm is your 3.
Wong.
Wong is your 3. And your 4?
Jens.
Jens Lundquist is your 4. Your 4?
Yo-Yo. Yuan-Yu.
Yuan-Yu is your 4. And your 5?
Mark Duran.
Mark Duran is your 5.
Kotomi.
Kotomi is your 5. Good luck, coaches.
One of the spiciest golden game orders we have seen in a long time. Nikhil Kumar versus Liam Pitchford, that's different. Nordberg versus Gorak is the only matchup we've seen before, but cross-gender matchups with Ekholm facing Wong and Omoda going against the Energizer Bunny, Mark Duran. That's a ton of energy in that battle. And then Jens will face a guy who hasn't swung a paddle on the main show table yet today, and Yuan-Yu.
Well, this is very interesting. The two players that are starting off, Nikhil Kumar has beaten Liam Pitchford in singles play at the World Championships in the team event, and he quickly increases the paddlers' 1-point initial lead to 2. And Kumar saying to himself, don't go there. And
don't go where?
Into the backhand as Pitchford just takes it straight down the line. You can see quickly Kumar getting it out to the forehand side.
1-3.
Taking 2 of the 3, really getting the job done. Very forceful play.
Gorak.
It's been a while since Nordberg's been on the table. He's doing some deep knee bends.
Yeah, Gorak as well.
Exactly. Oh, a great backhand attack on the serve, but Gorak brings it back into play.
2-3.
And once again, Gorak keeps the ball on the table. Nordberg looking as if it was a bad bounce.
Just one bad point or one good point can change your mentality in the golden game so significantly, and you don't have a chance to recover. That's 3 straight for Gorak, and we're seeing the frustration here from Nordberg. Crocs into the lead.
And again, after the singles play, Gorak looked like he was having continuation of trouble, but gotta bring it in the golden game.
Nordberg salvages that final point to avoid the golden sweep, and it's 4-all. Here comes Wong and Matilda Ekholm.
Way's look getting his paddle.
What do we expect here with these two?
I think eventually, no matter how the point starts, Wong will be attacking. I think Matilda will just keep the ball on the table, waiting for him to possibly make a mistake.
Some attacking from Ekholm. He wins the first battle.
And just the body language of Wei Wong. He has not found any of his form.
Didn't seem excited to come to the table.
5-4.
Five all.
And this is where the paddlers are hoping to have a mismatch. They took the risk. But Ekholm is so experienced. She's not going to allow Wei just to take an easy point. He's going to have to work for it. And there's a big forehand down the line. We saw Ekholm on day one play so well against Przyczepa, winning a big set of points in the golden game for the Crocs. And there's the forehand attack.
Wong does deliver 3 in a row after losing that opening point, so the paddlers have retaken a 2-point lead at 7-5.
Talk about coming in off the bench for Wu.
Yeah, Yuan-Yu versus Jens Lundquist. Net ball, an apology, but he'll take the first point of this 4-point sequence. Yuan-Yu, his first point of the day.
Jens is feeling the net and the edges definitely haven't gone his way this weekend. And that's a net and out as well. Still so much to play in this golden game. It's only 7 apiece. Third of the way there. And that's a big forehand. Every point matters right now.
Portland does not want to lose its second golden game of the weekend when starting from in front. But Yuan-Yu takes 3 out of 4, coming in cold off the bench against Jens Lundquist.
And this is going to be a great matchup here. 2 of the fastest players, both jumping.
Duran versus Omoda.
Omoda felt she had a chance to return that big forehand. Looking back at her teammates, thinking, I almost got that ball.
She definitely almost did. Big roar from Duran, 2 straight.
How big has Mark Duran been playing this weekend? I mean, singles, golden game. And that's the Omoda we've seen in all of her singles play. Aggressive serves. First attack, a lot of inside-out forehands.
3 out of 4 for Duran, and a 2-point lead for the Crocs as we go back to the top of the order. Pitchford and Kumar.
Full 4 points on this exchange.
Reminder, if we get to 20 all, it would be these 2 for 1 point to decide it. Lee and Pitchford got the better of Taiyun Kim in the ultimate golden point here yesterday. The margin between winning and losing is just so infinitesimally small. 2 straight for Pitchford to begin this sequence. And timeout taken by Nikhil Kumar and the Portland Paddlers.
What do you thought about so this one, shorter forehand? Yeah, had to go first.
I go directly in the white forehand.
Absolutely.
So yeah, but you, 他肯定场年我总监，没事我过来。
So after you is Hampus again. So you're next. Yeah.
Okay, but no problem.
Okay.
I can take 2 points to get it back in the game.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Ale.
And Kumar doing a lot of drop shots. He's got to be careful. Any balls come half long, he's got to be ready to attack.
I feel like Nikhil was the coach during that timeout. He did most of the talking to himself over there.
He said, I'll get these next 2 points.
Fired up his teammates.
He's got the serve.
There's one.
Great combination, and Pitchford really had a tough time seeing that ball. He was over on the forehand side, but Nikhil just got the ball right through him. He looked at his racket like, is there a hole there?
2 in a row for Nikhil, just as he predicted.
He said he was going to get these 2 points. Hampus had some issues in this first Golden Game series with Gorak. Seemed to have the ball on his paddle to score, but unable to convert. Let's see if the orders of the sequence is any different here.
Gorak with a 2-point lead going against Nordberg. Gorak won 3 of the 4 earlier in this Golden Game. This time Nordberg gets the first point. Paddlers back within 1.
And this is just going to be a fight to the finish for both these teams. Each and every point. Got to keep it on the table.
all.
The nets that went against Lundquist are going for Nordberg. You can see the fans nervous.
Paddlers lead again. 3 straight for the Swede.
Paddlers are in fight mode. Nordberg, the quarterback, keeping the pressure on the Crocs.
A golden sweep. He arrived at the table down by 2, and he departs with a 2-point lead.
Totally getting the job done. Can Wong continue the momentum?
He won the last 3 points he played.
The attacks were working well for Wong. Ekholm with the serve.
What a wacky bounce, and Wong takes another one against Mati.
And that's the most exciting we've seen Wong this entire weekend.
The ball hit the back line and started moving toward the net. Ekholm was forced to lunge for it. And a service error, perhaps a crippling one for the Crocs.
Ekholm wanted to make sure she kept the serve short. She didn't want to allow Wong to initially go on the offense. Kept it too short.
8 straight points for the Paddlers. 2 from Kamar, 4 from Nordberg, 2 from Wong. And now 9 in a row for the home team. And the Paddlers fans can taste it. The Crocs are out of timeouts. Wong going for a golden sweep. And he misses Wong. Snaps a string of 9 in a row. But Wong, after looking hesitant to take the table, wins 6 of the 8 points he plays against Ekholm. And now the finish line in sight for Jens Lundquist, although Yuan-Yu won 3 out of 4 earlier. And a return into the net, so Yuan-Yu has been a nice revelation here in the Golden Game.
Lundquist has to figure out a way of getting into these points.
That's one way.
And he's got some breathing space here. At a minimum, Lundquist should be splitting these last 2 on his serve.
Oh, Yuan-Yu. A smashing winner there to bring the Crocs within 3. Huge point coming up here, because if Duran can take the table with a chance against Omoda. Down on a knee, Yuan-Yu lost lost his footing. Jens Lundquist fired up.
The pressure continues to be on Mark Duran.
Well, he needs a golden sweep to get Liam Pitchford back to the table for his second ultimate golden point of the weekend. Kotomi Omoda asking Duran to hold up. Match point, paddlers. Duran missed and Portland wins! Kotomi Omoda finishes her first Major League Table Tennis weekend with a golden game victory.
The ladies get it done. Omoda of the Paddlers beating the hottest Croc here in Portland for a 21-16 golden game finish to give Portland the 14-7 victory.
Paddlers hand the Crocs their first loss of the season, so no one finishes this first weekend undefeated and no one goes winless. Paddlers and Crocs both take 2 out of 3. Revolution and the Blasters both go 1 and 2. And Jiwei Shah loves this hometown crowd here in Oregon.
What a nice present to Portland table tennis. The team has delivered and the fans are loving it. Nice to see Wong with a smile on his face, but of course Omoda scoring the final point. Great play the entire weekend for the young Japanese star.
Christian's going to talk to the crowd here.
Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you so much.
Christian Lilyrose thanking the crowd here at Viking Pavilion. Kotomi Omoda won all 3 of her matches and played great in the golden game again. Christian Lilyrose joins us. Christian, congratulations. Got a little hairy there in the golden game, but
well, it doesn't get hairy with me. I'm past that stage. I don't have enough hair.
Nikhil Kumar, it felt like he took the timeout and kind of coached himself up during the timeout, firing up the team, saying, I'm going to get these next 2 points, and Hampus took the baton from there. What did you see that turned it around for both Nikhil and Hampus and Wong and everybody?
Yeah, I did that magic timeout at 13, and I think it was like 8 points in a row, something like crazy. It was not just because of my effort, but it's it's small things, change the momentum, and the thing is that especially Nikhil has a good record against Pitchford. He beat him at the World Championships. And Nikhil haven't really played well this weekend, but this moment when it mattered, he really stepped up. And the thing for me was that when I can do Nikhil against Pitchford, that frees up my 2 good players like Hampus and Jens to play anybody. So we had a very good lineup, and we kind of turned the momentum around. It was fantastic. Finally, we did something good in the golden game. Finally.
So, Christian, it seemed definitely like you were going to take a chance by going for a sweep with Wong Wei against Matilda Ekholm. It didn't start out the very first point that way, but then he took care of business in the second head-to-head meeting of that matchup.
Yes, Wei against Matilda, of course, that's the one in our favor. But it's also the same thing, Kotomi playing against Mark Duran. Like men, female, male, it's a risk, But I feel that Kotomi had a better chance than what Matilda had against Wei Wong. So we got 3-1 for Wei both ways, and Kotomi took it through too. She played. She's tricky against male. She has like this monster serves that nobody's seen before. So I wanted to take that risk for sure.
Earlier today, we asked Tim Wong after his first ever MLTT coaching victory what it was like, and the word he used was stressful. How would you characterize the roller coaster of emotions that is being an MLTT head coach in season 2 for you?
Stressful is not the word I would use. It's kind of, it still sounds a little bit fun, strange to say, but it's fun. It's the emotional roller coaster up and down. It's like that's what sports is all about. I know we can't win all the time, and of course I would prefer to win. There's no question about it. But it's all about playing, learning, and improving, and the improvement part of all these things is the fun. It's like so much enjoyable to coach an MLTT. It's like unbelievable. I mean, I go to World Championships, WT event. This is more fun. I enjoy it so much.
What's your biggest takeaway from this first weekend of the new season, Christian?
Well, the players are definitely so much stronger. There's no question about it. We have changed a couple of rules. We have the serve clocks. We shortened the timeouts. I think those are all good changes. And I feel like if I look at the change for my team, we have a serious, it's so professional team. It's unbelievable. I feel the professionalism just oozes out of them in terms of training, warm up. I don't have to tell them anything. They know it. It's so enjoyable to be part of that team.
And last thing, you just addressed the crowd. What does it mean for you, a Portland native, a Portland resident, not a Portland native, but a Portland resident at your adopted home, to play in front of these fans and to have them lift you up in the big moments and for you to deliver? Just what does this moment mean to you?
Oh, that's, I don't think it's anything. It's almost like you can't have a more enjoyable moment when you play at home, you have a home crowd supporting you, and you win. I mean, what more can you ask for? If I win on an away court, I mean, I have the crowd against me, I make it, but when you have everybody with you, you see the enjoyment and there, they support you, and you finally pull through, it means everything. It's so much fun.
It's fun to watch. Thanks for chat.
No problem.
Congrats on a win today. It's good seeing you again, and we'll see you in a few weeks in Chicago.
I'm looking forward to it.
Christian Lillerose, the second-year head coach of the Portland Paddlers. They will sit atop the West for the moment. We'll see the Texas Smash and the Seattle Spinners next week, but 40 out of a possible 63 points for the Paddlers. A solid start to the season. 6 games above 500 in the singles, 5 games above 500 in the doubles. They were better in those 2 categories than any of the other 3 teams that were here, and it shows.
Yeah, and I think they've got to be pleased with this victory today. Clearly they're going to be thinking, what if they could have pulled off the victory last night, but what a great match head-to-head against the Crocs that were undefeated going into this match, so you don't want to count your chickens, but Paddlers having and they had a good start last year as well. So, I mean, they're going to have to keep it going into Chicago, but what an amazing level of play, as Christian Lillerose alluded to. The fans loving it, world-class play from all 4 teams.
Time to take a look at our Play of the Day nominees, and the one and only Sean O'Neill is going to decide which one gets the recognition of Play of the Day. So you get one look at each, brief look at the Hampus Nordberg winner, Wensheng Wei and Zhangsheng Guo. Wensheng Wei, the victorious player there. Bunch of points in the doubles. Tao and Zhang sent sprawling across. Taeyun Kim earlier against Jinshin Wong. Koyo Kanemitsu just relentless with his rallies. Who's your player of the weekend for the 4 teams that you watch?
Gosh, I think it's really between Nordberg and possibly Mark Duran for the player. For the final Play of the Day nominee, I think I'm going to have to go with, I think we've got a couple more coming.
Lundquist with a big point there in the golden game against Yuan-Yu. What was your play of the day?
Gosh, this is very difficult. First time doing this. I'm going to have to make it a shorter one, even though we had some great ones with the professor taking the ball around the net on the serve, an unreturnable loop for the Bay Area Blasters. Jinshin Wong, I'm going to go for that one.
Our play of the day, around the net post. Count it for Jinshin Wong, the professor. Jinshin had a tough weekend overall, so this is a nice win for him. That's our play of the day, sponsored by, well, it could be your business next time around. And we go to North Carolina. Unsullied by sponsorship for the moment since 2024. Final thoughts on the weekend, Sean O'Neill?
Just amazing fan favorite play. The level of play of these international stars could not be higher. Such a treat for the Americans to see it.
Well, the Florida Crocs and Portland Paddlers both, I think, walk away from this feeling pretty good. 2 wins in 3 matches. And look, the Portland Paddlers at home were ahead going into all 3 Golden games, so that's something to speak for. On the flip side of the coin, the Princeton Revolution and the Bay Area Blasters, you know, neither of them go winless. They each get 1 win. And look, the Revolution and the Paddlers will be back in action the first weekend of October in Bedford Park, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. The Blasters and the Crocs have to wait till the first weekend of November to retake the table. That'll be a home match for the Crocs down in Miami. Final score of our final match here in Portland. The Paddlers take it 14-7 after Kotomi Omoda finishes the Golden game. Portland wins it 21-16. For Sean O'Neill and our entire broadcast crew, I'm Evan Leffler, thanking you for being with us all weekend long. The new season of Major League Table Tennis has just begun. We'll see you next weekend from North Carolina.